I knew I needed to have
This is Jaleesa Tutobene, an M-Day soldier with the New Hampshire National Guard. Why was it so important for you to sit down with us and share your story?
I just want to be the voice for the people who are afraid to have a voice.
For Jaleesa Tutobene, joining the military was something she wanted to do since she was a kid.
I was a super patriotic kid. I always looked at people in the military as, these national heroes, and I wanted to be that. I joined to protect my country, to serve my country.
Tutobene recently marked 10 years with the New Hampshire National Guard.
And I love my state, so I felt, fulfilled serving New Hampshire.
But while living out her dream of serving her country, Tutobene found herself in a position she never thought she'd be in. Sexually assaulted by a fellow member of the Guard. It's a moment in time that has stayed frozen in her mind.
I struggle with processing through it now. I constantly question if I did something wrong. I feel guilty, even though I know I didn't do anything inappropriate.
Tutobene filed what's known as an unrestricted report. It's an open investigation by the Guard. Her case is now closed. She tells us her assaulter was reprimanded by the Guard.
I wanted justice, and I think I got that justice for the most part.
In February, News 9 Investigates was first to report the New Hampshire National Guard is investigating allegations of sexual assault. During an exclusive interview, Adjutant General David Michaelitis said allegations of sexual assault are taken seriously.
We just can't have it. It tears after the moral foundation or fabric of why we exist.
While she was pleased with the outcome of her case, Tutobene says she doesn't think the Guard fully understands the gravity of the problem within its walls.
They know what needs to change, but I feel like change isn't happening.
Statements echoed by 2 additional soldiers who are also survivors of sexual assault and who agreed to sit down with News 9 under the condition of anonymity.
Doesn't matter what your work ethic is, you're demoralized for standing up.
This soldier tells us she was sexually assaulted by a person in leadership. The incident happened off hours and off base.
It was supposed to be a safe environment that turned ugly extremely quick. Not much I could have done about it. After the incident happened, I felt embarrassed, humiliated. Myself and other women feel like if we don't tell our story publicly, nothing will ever change.
And this soldier says she was sexually assaulted by a fellow soldier while away on temporary duty. She says he attacked her in his hotel room after he made a request for her to drop off class notes.
He kept playing this game, the back and forth game, for a few minutes of, trying to get into my pants, trying to get my clothing off. And I just kept saying I was not interested. I did not want to do anything with the soldier. And I kept pushing the soldier more aggressively until I was finally able to get out from underneath the soldier.
Both women filed restricted reports, which allows victims to remain confidential. The reports stay between them and the Guard's sexual assault response coordinator with an option to move unrestricted. But they're speaking out now because they say action to tackle sexual assault at the Guard is lacking. They're hoping their stories will put a spotlight on the problem and finally bring change.
For other women to know that they're not alone, because I feel alone. There's an inability to address the problem. That's where you'll see that the culture is toxic and not safe for not just women, but primarily for women.
Sometimes I think maybe this happened to me for a reason, to be the voice of all of this, as uncomfortable as it can be. Because all I ever wanted to do was help other people. And maybe this is just my way of serving at the end of my career.
The New Hampshire National Guard declined an interview for this story, but in a statement to News 9, Adjutant General David Michaelitis says he and his team do not tolerate inappropriate behavior of any kind, and every allegation of misconduct is investigated with the utmost concern and diligence. Michaelitis says he recently requested the National Guard Bureau's Office of Complex Investigations to conduct an audit of the New Hampshire Guard's Sexual Assault Prevention and Response Program to ensure it is doing everything within its means to address this issue. You can read the General's full statement over on our website and mobile app. Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.